Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we are talking about the invisible war being fought inside the walls of coastal homes. You know, that gorgeous ocean view? Well, it turns out it comes with a hidden cost, and it's your plumbing that ends up paying the price. You might think, hey, plumbing is plumbing, right? But it turns out, when you're right by the ocean, the rules of the game completely change. That peaceful, serene environment you see on the outside is actually hiding this relentlessly aggressive force that's constantly working against your property. And the stakes here, they are incredibly high. We're not just talking about a small drip. In a high-rise building, one little leak can very quickly become a massive multi-story disaster, turning one person's small problem into an absolute nightmare for the entire building. Okay, so let's really dive into this. We're going to explore this unique and honestly aggressive environment to understand exactly what homes in places like Sunny Isles Beach, Florida are really up against. Let's break down these invisible forces that are working against your home day in and day out. They are relentless, you can't see them, and they are attacking your plumbing 24/7. So it really boils down to three key elements of coastal life that create, well, a perfect storm for plumbing problems. It's this triple threat that your standard off-the-shelf systems just were not built to handle. Okay, first up, there's the salt air itself. You have to picture it like a constant invisible mist that gets absolutely everywhere and just eats away at metal pipes from the inside out. For you, this means that standard galvanized steel can suddenly spring tiny pinhole leaks or develop so much rust buildup inside that it literally chokes off your water flow completely. Second, the ground itself is actually fighting back against you. A high water table means that whenever there are heavy rains or those unusually high tides, you might have heard them called king tides, groundwater can get pushed backwards up into your drains. And believe me, this isn't just a minor inconvenience, it can lead to some really chronic and messy backups right inside your home. And third, the very sand your home is built on is an unstable foundation. It allows underground pipes to slowly shift and settle, and eventually, they can actually separate at the joints. And the result of that? A hidden leak that you might not even know about until your foundation is already seriously damaged. And here's where it all comes together in the high-rise challenge. It is literally a vertical battle against both gravity and corrosion. See, when pipes on the lower floors start to corrode, it restricts the water flow, making it almost impossible to get enough pressure all the way up to the top floors without these really powerful booster pumps. And if those fail, well, you can have dozens of residents left high and dry. So the big question is, how do you even begin to combat these relentless forces? Well, let's move on to the solutions and see how the experts build defenses against all that salt, sand, and pressure. So the absolute key is using the right materials. Your standard parts from the hardware store, they can fail in just a few years in this environment. Instead, professionals use materials like PEX, which is this flexible, really durable plastic piping, along with things like corrosion-resistant bronze and stainless steel. All of these are engineered specifically to survive that constant salt assault. And this isn't just a good idea, you know? It's actually the law. The risk is so high that building codes in Florida mandate these specific, proven, corrosion-resistant materials. Using standard components isn't just a bad choice, it's a recipe for disaster that flat out goes against regulations. And when a problem does eventually pop up, the repair process is designed to be just as robust as the materials themselves. It's really all about clear communication, so you know exactly what the problem is, what your options are, and what the price is before any work even begins. All right, now for the question that's probably on everyone's mind. What does this specialized work actually cost? Because let's be honest, the unique environment and all these required materials, they definitely have an impact on the bottom line. Okay, let's start with the basics. The hourly rate you see here for a plumber reflects the highly specialized skills needed for these unique coastal properties. And as you can imagine, if you have an emergency after hours, that rate can quickly double. Now, a surprise water bill for $200 or more, that can be a major red flag. It's often the very first sign of a serious hidden leak from corrosion. And to put that into perspective for you, a single running toilet can waste over 6,000 gallons of water in a month, just silently driving up your bill. It's really important to remember that the initial repair is often just the beginning of the cost. You also have to factor in things like permit fees, specialized parts like backflow preventers, which are these critical devices that stop contaminated water from flowing back into your clean water supply, and then potentially thousands more for water damage and mold repair. So why does all of this matter for you? Well, because awareness is, without a doubt, your best defense. Just knowing the unique risks that your coastal home faces is the absolute first step in preventing these catastrophic and incredibly expensive failures. Ultimately, it really all comes down to this one question. Understanding the unique environmental challenges that your property is up against is the key to protecting your investment. Proactive awareness will beat reactive panic every single time. Thanks for watching.